Good evening, everyone here and at home. We will open our Board of Commissioner regular meeting October 3rd, 2024 at 7:02 p.m. Ms. Jones, can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner McDonald,
Present.
Commissioner Johnson,
Present.
Commissioner Hall,
Present.
Vice Mayor Butler,
Present.
Mayor Anderson.
Present. Item number 3 is prayer and pledge. Vice Mayor Butler.
Lord, we meet today, cook matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 4 is Mayor's comments. I just want to welcome everyone who's here today for our first meeting of October and welcome everyone at home. I want to remind everybody to please speak clearly and loudly into your mic so that everyone at home can hear you. And just remind everybody that we follow Robert's Rules of Order and please address the chair before speaking. So let's have a great meeting. Item number 6 is citizens' comments.
Mayor, you skipped number 5.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I've been doing that lately. Okay, so number 5 is approval of the agenda.
Second.
Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner McDonald,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Butler,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. Item number 5 passes 5-0. Item number 6 is citizens' comments.
Yes, Mayor, we have 2 tonight. The first is Jackson Brunger.
Thank you. Please state your name, address, and if you live in the city or county.
My name is Jackson Brunger. I live in the county, property at 7105 Dice Lampley Road, and here the last week or two I've gotten to know most of you, meet you at different meetings. Last week I attended most of I think I attended all of the Codapalooza meetings. We mostly talked about character of the city of Fairview, the way it's going. As I've talked to most of you about, is my passion, and the thing I'm wanting to get you to vote against and stop is the city firing range over on Dice Lampley Road on the Bowie Park, y'all call the out parcel. Well, totally against this. I ask y'all to withdraw this motion, withdraw this plan you have to build the firing range and put this back into the park, put it back in the Tennessee Land Trust so that we don't have to go through this again. I'm very passionate about this. I have lots to say. I can burn your ear for quite a bit on this. I've done a lot of research on this. I have a map on it, which I've only got 3 minutes, so I'm not going to have time this is a map from the county. I also have a map from the city of your site plan of what you want to do. I haven't talked to Commissioner McDonald or Commissioner Butler about this. I have your other ones, the other commissioners, but I'd like to share with y'all after the meeting possibly of what my research has found. I'm dealing in fact, I'm not dealing in opinion, but I'd like to just show y'all and share with you after the meeting if you will allow time. Not publicly, but just privately. But anyway, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Carolyn Roberts.
Good evening. I'm Carolyn Roberts. I live at 7123 Donald Wilson Drive. I have a question. I'd like some clarity, please. And I know you can't respond this evening, but perhaps on the record later. During the town hall on August 27th, Commissioner Johnson mentioned that there is potential personal liability to the Board of Commissioners when they make decisions. And in response to that, I have received many comments from people who are slightly concerned about my potential position as a candidate for the Board of Commissioners and just about the board in general. They're confused about the liability. They don't really know when either a landowner or a developer might bring a cause of action against the city. either to the Board of Commissioners or to an individual. And so I was hoping that I might get clarity on that. Specifically, I was wondering if Commissioner Johnson might let us know, like, why you mentioned that, why it was relevant or important at that time, and specifically, like, what are the reasons why, and is there anything coming down the pike that might have caused you to think that is something that's top of mind with the Board of Commissioners now? Because we'd really like to know if the city is being open up to something. We want to understand when the board makes decisions, what is the liability factor there? And then I know that Mr. Carter is not here this evening. I'm not sure when this might be possible, but it would be very nice if we could also receive guidance on the record about the individual liability, specifically about the local and the state qualified immunity laws and statutes, and what potential damages there are. Is somebody capable of actually taking the inheritance that you've set aside for your family, or is it something different? And what sort of other information the city might need to know, just the people that are listening, about this specific issue.
Thank you. Item number 7, public announcements, awards, and recognition. City events. Mr. Ross?
Good evening. Just want to thank everyone for coming out to Nature Fest a couple weeks ago. It was a great success. A lot of people came out for the event. It was a little warm, but that did not stop people from coming out to the event. I just want to thank all the staff that helped with that event, to include all of the Public Works Department. Rachel helped, and then Ethan helped as well, cleaning up, and then all the Parks Department as well. All the help was greatly appreciated. And of course, the events can't go on without buy-in from other employees. The next event that we have is the Trunk or Treat event, which is on October the 19th. It's going to be from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. We're going to invite businesses to come out and pass out candy, decorate their vehicles or a tent. Just ask that they contact me so we can get them registered. There is no fee for them to set up. It's, of course, a free event for the community. Last year, we had approximately 500 kids that showed up, and that was our first time having the event. And then immediately after the Trunk or Treat event, we're going to have a free movie in the park. And we're going to be showing the movie Casper at the event. And of course, that is free. And the police department will be selling concession stands to help fundraise for Shop with a Cop. It'll be their last fundraiser before the Christmas season. Then the next thing that I have is on November the 8th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. We're going to have a blood drive here at City Hall. And I left a pamphlet at each of your desks there. And if you'll open it up, you can see where all the blood that's donated, it goes to all the hospitals that are listed. And it's going to be a friendly battle of the badges between the fire department and police department. And we're going to get them awarded and recognized for whoever wins that. But ultimately, the people, the citizens, get awarded from that, because if there's ever an emergency and you need blood, then this is definitely a good cause. And it's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. here at City Hall. It's going to be in a blood drive bus. And then just to throw in a plug for the picket fence orders, Keith and the Nature Park, they're accepting picket orders for to finish up the fencing around the playground. Each picket is $50, and you can obtain the form at Nature Center or here at City Hall. I know that was a lot, but that's all I have tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions of Mr. Ross?
Mayor,
Yes.
did we have an idea of how many attended the event? If you mentioned that, I missed it, I'm sorry, but.
I'd say approximately 7,000 to 8,000, maybe a little bit better, but it was definitely a strong push there was a lot of people between the hours of 11 and 1. And then we had another mad rush right around 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Thank you.
Item number 8, staff comments and monthly reports. City Manager, Mr. Darty.
Thank you, Mayor, Board. Few announcements. Early voting will be October 16th through the 31st at the Rec Center. Voting in your precinct on November 5th. Just want a reminder that the Town Hall has been moved to Tuesday, October 29th, because Halloween is on that Thursday, the 31st. And I just want to announce a certificate that the city has received from the comptroller. Ben and I are attending the TGFOA conference this week, and we noticed with the comptroller's updates that Fairview was on the list for this certificate. So I just wanted to read it and just acknowledge that we received it. This certificate is proudly presented to the City of Fairview on this day, October 2nd, 2024, in recognition of its timely adoption of a balanced budget for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2024. The budget review was completed by the Office of the Comptroller of the Treasury and resulted in a standard approval indicating the government's commitment to operate with a sound financial plan. And I just want to share that with y'all because it's you guys approve the budget. We do a lot of work, but you do as well, and it's kind of nice when the people that have to approve it or recognize our work. But that's all I had tonight. Thank you.
Any questions of Mr. Darty? Thank you. Item number 9, consent agenda. A, minutes from September 19th, 2024, Board of Commissioners regular meeting.
Second.
Jones?
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner McDonald,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Butler,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. Item number 9 passes 5-0. Item 10, old business, we have none tonight. Item 11, new business. 11A, first reading, ordinance 2024-16, an ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance of the City of Fairview, Tennessee by rezoning 1.51 plus or minus acres of property located at 7208 Cox Pike, consisting of Williamson County Tax Map 042H, Group E, Parcel 001.00, from RS40, single-family residential, to RS15, single-family residential. Property owner, Tony Cavender. Mr. Greer.
Mr. Cavender has requested, and T-Squared engineer, Miss Allison Corolla, is here tonight to answer any questions that you may have about this property. It is currently zoned RS40 and R20 PUD. The property owner is seeking to divide the property into 2 individual lots. The reason for the RS15 is due to the lot widths of the parcel. R20 requires 100 feet of width, and RS15 requires 75 feet. There are about 196, 198 feet of frontage there on Cox Pike, and so the RS15 is the designation that they've sought, but they are looking to subdivide this into 2 lots after, if it is rezoned to RS15. This did pass the Planning Commission with a 9-0 vote, forwarded to y'all with a favorable recommendation for approval.
Mayor, I move for approval.
Second.
Discussion? Ms. Jones?
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hall,
Aye.
Commissioner McDonald,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Butler,
Aye.
Mayor Anderson.
Aye. Item 11A passes 5-0. And I did want to note that we do have a representative for the project here if we need it, but I didn't hear any questions to be asked, so thank you for being here.
Two
With your sweet
representatives.
baby. Yeah, 2 representatives, 1.5. All right, item number 12 is roundtable, mayor and commissioners. Commissioner McDonald.
Just want to say thank you to staff and to Richard for everything that they did with the Nature Fest. It was a great event. Attended it in the beginning. I wasn't able to stay all day, but there was a lot of people there in the beginning, and weather was nice. It was warm, but I think everybody enjoyed it. That's all for me tonight.
Thank you. Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. Many of us got to go to the Pearl today for a ribbon cutting, and I know they had one previously, but it's the first time I'd actually been there, and that place is pretty amazing. Donnie Cunningham has done a great job there, and I'm telling you what, that is a great addition to Fairview, and I know that my grandfather was real close to being able to go there, the same as Donnie's mother, and they both passed right before he got it open, and they actually had a room set aside for my grandfather, but he didn't make it there. He was at a nursing facility in Davidson County, but I'm glad it's here, and I mean, Lisa's mother is there, and that is, I met her, and she was very talkative, and after the ribbon cutting, I went back in, and Wayne showed me where the cafeteria was, and she was in there eating, and then when I went to leave, she was outside sitting in a rocking chair, so she was all over the place, and that was really, really neat to see how people were interacting with one another. And the last thing I have is I would like to tell my wife happy anniversary, and I'll be home in a little bit.
Commissioner Hall.
Thank you. First off, thanks all the employees and the police officers for all the work that they do and help protecting us here. I do appreciate y'all immensely. They haven't mentioned at the Nature Fest the ribbon cutting for the new signage and everything for the playground, but I thought that went along real good. One thing I'd like to remember that all the children got to come up front and get their picture taken. I really was appreciative that all the children got to be part of that opening there. And back to the Pearl that Mr. Johnson mentioned. It was a real nice day, and I want to thank all their staff. Ms. Tidwell done a fantastic job going over all the employees that she works under her, and how good a job that I thought she done with her speech and everything. And of course, this was basically opening the memory care unit of the Pearl. And like Mr. Johnson said, Donnie Cunningham and family has done a fantastic job, and it's something that Fairview can really be proud of. That's all I have, and thanks, everyone.
Vice Mayor Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations on the budget certificate. That's pretty amazing news to get recognition on the budget. I think we take for granted how much work goes into that because we don't really see it. And so to get recognized, and we appreciate that, and thank you guys for all you do. Thank you for all the staff for working on Nature Fest. I made it there early. There was a certain tent that was sold out of cinnamon rolls pretty early, so hopefully that means it's a successful day. But it really was. It's amazing to see it continue to grow and continue to be awesome. There was some amazing talent and music there. My family had a wonderful time. Sounds like Codapalooza went amazing last week. I wanted to apologize again that I was not present. I was out of town all last week at a conference graduating from a year-long leadership academy, or otherwise I would have been there. And then, Mr. Brunger, I want to make sure you know we have a workshop for our next meeting prior to the meeting to talk about that. Just make sure I was on your radar. And that is all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I want to thank Officer Jade and Officer Ray for being here tonight and, just giving us officer support and keeping us safe. As we've mentioned, we did the ribbon cutting at the Pearl today, and my mom is there. She had a stroke almost a year ago. She was in Nashville. I can't tell you how many places I looked to put her and for her to live, and she needs more care than I can give or being by herself. She needs, assisted care with, medical nurses there to help her. So I looked around before the Pearl, even existed, and just was not comfortable with any place. I can't even tell you how wonderful this facility is. They pay attention to every single detail, and I just love having my mother so close, because I'm in meetings all week, and mostly during the day and some at night. And if she were in Nashville at St. Thomas, where she was before, I don't know how I could take it or do it all. So my family helps me some. My son and my daughter, they help me out, but it's mostly me. And so it's just nice to have her close, know that she's safe. And if you haven't been to the facility, please go check it out, because it is like a resort. It's really beautiful. So, and they do such a great job. I'm proud of that. We did have a wonderful Nature Fest. It was very hot, but it was just a lot of fun. At least it wasn't raining or storming. We had a lot of, beautiful weather, but it was hot. But we had, like Richard said, 9,000 people, and we had over 97 vendors. I mean, that's a record. People want to be here. They want to be involved in our events because they love Fairview and they love this community. So I'm just thankful to Richard, Rachel, our Public Works, our Parks Department, everyone who was involved, our police. They are working so hard selling and cooking and doing all that to raise money for our Shop with a Cop, to get as much money as they can so that they can help as many children as they can with that program, to help them have Christmas where they might not have if they didn't have the help. Our State of the City address was amazing. Mr. Daugherty, of course, he always does a great job. He put together, his bullet points with all of our offices and people who work there in different departments. He also told about, our future facilities that we are looking forward to doing here. And then we had TDOT. Mr. Armstrong came out and spoke about, our traffic signal at Cumberland and 100. And then I was able to speak and just talk about the community and everything going on. So we thank Williamson Inc. They put that event together, and they asked us to speak at it. So it went really well. So I was glad about that. The budget certificate, I mean, who would expect anything less? Tom's a very humble man. He's very quiet. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he does a whole lot. And we, as a board, we don't have to try to figure out what's going on, because he has it laid out, our budget and all of our reports laid out so nicely that it makes it very easy for this board to know what's going on. And the full trust in him and everything he's done. He's got a lot of experience and couldn't have a better city manager. Even though Mr. Carter is our attorney, Mr. Hogan also is our attorney when Mr. Carter can't be here. He knows as much as Mr. Carter does. So if anyone wants to talk about, personal liability and stuff like that, I believe that Mr. Hogan can answer as many questions as Mr. Carter can. So I'm just going to leave that to whoever would like to speak to him and ask questions, unless I wouldn't want to put you on the spot to have to, I would rather have that researched so that you can give them, good information about that. The ribbon cutting at the playground was amazing. It was so cool because I was up there with the scissors and I looked back and everybody's standing 10 feet behind me. And I'm like, no, this isn't about me. And then this little boy came up and he said, can I be in the picture and cut the ribbon with you? And I was like, this is who it's about, is the children. So then all of a sudden, we got all the children. Brandon's girls were there and a bunch of, different people who had children there. They all got in front of us. And, of course, the pictures, I had a blue shirt on. One of my mayor's shirts is blue. Well, the bottom of the scissors are blue. And so they blended in. So it actually looks like we're in a thriller movie or something because it looks like I'm holding anyway, but we had a great time and the kids just loved it when we cut the ribbon, and they just all ran through the ribbon when it was cut, and it was just so fun. But it's about the children, so I'm so glad that they were there and got to take part in that. And happy anniversary to Stuart and Charlene. Well, with that, I'm going to say what I always say. Please, let's keep Fairview beautiful and pick up trash and not throw out. Do I have a motion to adjourn? So moved. Thank you for being here, everyone.